sewakwe. Next part of it is Capsule. Well, one of my favorite topics. The issue between Oka and Kanesatake in regards to the Pines ecological gift and so on. Now, as most of you have already seen in the media, that some legal action from the Mohawk Council was necessary to stop the Oka municipality from invoking their heritage as a means of protecting the pines. So before I get into those details, there's a bit of a timeline here that I have to remind people on. This whole thing started when we started looking into the ecological gift with Mr. Galley, who holds what we always call the artificial interest on that part of the pines. June of 2019, this thing started. Mayor of Oka got wind of it, and I guess they started to worry about Mr. Galley transferring these lands over to us under ecological gift or any other means. So that's the way it started. Things went along for 7 months. And we look at February 2020, 7 months later. A resolution is passed at the Oka municipality declaring the pines as an ecologically protected area, despite the fact that we were already looking into doing that before they even considered this kind of move. And unfortunately, right after that, approximately a little over a month from that point, COVID started to hit us really hard. So we had to focus our attention on protecting the community, and many of you know how difficult that was, all the issues we had to deal with at the time, security issues and relationship with the Oka municipality, the SQ governments. So it was a long, hard struggle from that point, but despite all that, we saw in July, a few months after COVID started hitting us hard in July, we had some information that the ecological gift may not be the proper mechanism for us to repatriate the lands and protect the pines under our jurisdiction. So July, we're looking at, okay, this is one of the problems that we faced, and I started looking at getting amendments to the Ecological Gift Program of Canada to implement something within it that would protect Aboriginal title, because this program was never implemented with Aboriginal people in mind. So we started looking at that. I contacted Minister Bennett, Minister Miller, and at the federal level to see if they could put these amendments in there to safeguard our Aboriginal rights and titles. So I've yet to receive any information on that. I tried contacting Minister Wilkinson from Environment and Climate Change Canada and really got nowhere at this point. Never got to speak to him. But I'm still continuing on that front. So July, this is what happens. 2 months later, Oka starts to reveal its plan to start some form of consultation on this heritage type issue. And this consultation, from what we saw about a month later in October, a very flawed consultation where the mayor actually lumps Kanesatake within its constituents, saying that we're in his territory and therefore the consultation applies to us. So this flies in the face of Supreme Court precedents as even any government policy when it comes to consultation with First Nation people. So the consultation begins in October, and we see that by December 1st, 2020, a couple of months later, a resolution is passed and sent to the MRC, where it's approved and then sent to the provincial government under the guise of Oka's heritage as a reason for further protecting the pines, despite they had already passed a resolution that they were declaring it an ecologically protected site. So what was the real purpose behind adding the heritage of Oka on top of that? Well, we're going to disclose all that in our court action. Now, December was particularly hectic, still dealing with COVID, and our legal team had been given the mandate to formulate a legal review to do some research on what our possible actions against Oka and their resolution might be. So our lawyers got to work, and they came up with all the legal means to challenge and to squash that resolution. And you'll see we're going to send it to every household pretty soon. We'll send it to everybody so you could see what our legal arguments are going to be. So we had a preliminary draft that was sent to us on Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve, we started looking at it, and all the chiefs got copies of it and were asked to see if they had any input, what they wanted to change. So some did have some changes, and it was completed. The final draft was completed on December 31st, okay, just before New Year's, because we had to move quickly on this, because the following Monday after New Year's was the due date to file our court objection for our legal what they call judicial review of the resolution of Oka. So there is really no time whatsoever to send this back to the community and get the input. But on the other hand, council does have this responsibility to defend the rights of our community whenever we're threatened. And the opportunity to put amendments to our legal action is still there. So we're going to be asking the community to get its input once you get the legal review that we've put together. And if we missed anything, to please let us know, because no information is going to be discarded. Everything we need to fight this is we're going to use it. We're going to use every means possible, every legal means. So in the coming weeks, we're still dealing with COVID, the vaccination, and all kinds of other things. So we're hoping that you're going to see the legal brief that we're going to send you. Well, it's now a court action, and hopefully you're going to agree that it was the best action to take. So for now, on that subject, I'll leave you with that. And if there's anything else, then I will communicate it back to the community in any way I can. Niawenhkó.